Always have your own money, because when people start talking shit to you, you could be like, oh, so you want to talk today? You want to talk shit? Okay. If you have not already done so, please remember to like, share to Facebook, and subscribe, because it is so important to our success here on the YouTube. And if you are not already a part of our book club, please remember to hit the Patreon link below and/or the join button here on the YouTube. And for a small monthly fee of $5, you babies, yes, you can be privy to all the shenanigans before the YouTube gets it, if the YouTube gets it. Now, let's talk about Tina, my life story, Tina Turner, with Kurt Loder. That's the dude from MTV. Okay, part 3. Where we left off, Tina Turner's mother had decided that she was going to get up and be a old hoe with her auntie over there in St. Louis, Missouri. Bitch. Okay, I'm like, there ain't no child neglect laws out back then. Maybe not. I don't know. At this point, Tina Turner has given up all hope of receiving love from her mother. Her chances are 0 now because her mother is gone. Ooh, the abandonment and the rejection that she feels from her family, you know. And I kind of thought about, wait a minute, it's like everything that she correlates to white people, it's always, you know, shiny and good. But when it comes to African American people, it's almost like it's just despair. So eventually Richard Blck remarried, because you know that them ninjas, especially Richard Blck ass, cannot handle raising 2 daughters by himself. So he went down there to Ripley, found him this big, beautiful, light-skinned lady named Frog, who had a daughter named Pig. Now, the mother's name was Essie Mae. The daughter's name was Nettie Mae, okay? Essie Mae's nickname was Frog, okay? And according to the Tina Turner, she was a beautiful, big, fine woman, okay? But she looked like a frog. And according to the Tina Turner, the woman was very attractive, you know, well-to-do. She was fair, head full of hair. Her daughter, according to the Tina Turner, was beautiful, head full of hair, good teeth, plenty of clothes, because the lady, Frog, was a divorcee, okay? And she got all her husband's ex-money. So she living the life up there in Ripley, okay? And she done made a sacrifice to come back to this small town with this broke-ass man and his kids to help him raise his children. It is very apparent that the little girl, Essie Mae, what's her name, Pig, she ain't hurting for nothing. Neither is the mother. Basically, Pig's wardrobe makes Anna Mae's and Aileen wardrobe look like they in rags. Richard Blck did the best he could to keep these women happy. Okay, these women are used to the good life in Ripley. Answer, no. He tried to be extra nice, extra loving, or at least fake love to the woman. But he knew that that wasn't going to keep her happy. So he ended up moving his family and her daughter to the outskirts of Ripley. Okay, bitch, we not moving to Ripley because I ain't got enough money for that. But we can move right outside of Ripley. Now they in a house right next door to a cemetery. Okay, that's right outside of Ripley. Okay. Essie Mae is still talking shit. Ninja, this is terrible. I done gave up my good life to be with you, and I'm unhappy. This is when the fighting starts to happen. Okay, because according to Tina Turner, Essie Mae, meaning Frog, is not the one for the bullsnit. Okay, you might beat all them other bitches, but what you won't do is put your hands on me, because I got my own money. Remember that. Always have your own money, because when people start talking shit to you, you could be like, oh, so you want to talk shit today? You want to talk shit? Okay. Frog was wild, you see. She didn't take any nonsense. And when Daddy would start beating her butt, well, 2 times I remember she stabbed him. That's right, you stabbed the fuck out of that nigga. You make him remember. Bitch. You bitch. They only stayed married for about a year or so. Okay, Daddy got scared of her too. He should be scared of her. Okay. Anyway, one day Frog and Pig just woke up and left. Shouts to Louisa. That lady Frog and Pig, she ain't got to take that shit. Them ladies, frogs and pigs, they not ugly. Well, they look like frogs and pigs, but they ain't ugly. Now, okay. Richard Blck stopped going to church and generally left the tending of his daughters to a woman named Miss Jonelle, and also to Elvira, the mother-in-law of one of Richard's brothers. Miss Jo was like our nanny. She lived in our room with me and Aileen, and she became very close. I love Miss Jo. She lived with her daughters mainly, but whenever they would fight or something, Miss Jo would come stay with my father. It's what the fuck? It is a lot of fighting going on, okay? It is a lot of fighting going on I see in African American culture back then. Okay, I don't understand that. The lady fighting her daughter, so I get it. You know, like if Tina the Turner is going over the rich white women houses, and then, you know, all they doing is holding hands and kissing each other in the mouth and making googly eyes at each other. And then when you back at home, these black folks is knocking each other around. I get it. I get it, the jaded perception between black and white. Now moving forward, you know her father don't know how to keep his hands to himself. So eventually, her father, Richard Blck, started fighting Miss Jolene. How? Why are you putting your hands on a woman that you ain't fucking? There ain't nothing in this book to say that those two was fucking. So why are you fighting the babysitter? What is going on with Mr. Blck? Now that Miss Jo is gone, because Miss Jo is not going to be sitting anywhere getting beat up by her boss. How is that? Now here comes Mama Roxana, that's the paternal grandmother, and the lady Elvira, okay, who lived near the family with her husband on Scotts Hill that was next to the cemetery. She said by the time she was 13 years old, she still didn't have her period. This big nosy bitch named Elvira, cousin Elvira, that bitch, went to the father and said something is wrong with your daughter because she has not had a period. You need to take her to the doctor and find out what's going on with your daughter. Huh? In my mind, I'm thinking to myself, what kind of backwoods, dumb bullshit is this lady talking? That cousin Elvira, is her name literally Elvira? No, child, it's Elvira. Okay, but I'm going to call it Elvira because I don't have no respect for her. So because cousin Elvira says that Richard Blck is a man in the house with these 2 girls and he don't know what the hell he doing, I'm going to intervene and I'm going to tell him what he need to do about his 13-year-old daughter that ain't bleeding yet. Child. Now, I know some women have gotten their period at 6 or 7 or like I think my mom got hers as like 9, something like that. But Joe, it's okay if you don't get your period by 13. See, this is I hate old nosy controlling. She said her father took her to the doctor and she was so embarrassed and ashamed. Yeah, because you laying there on the table, you still a virgin. Okay? And you got this doctor sticking things in you, poking you, and you like, oh God, I don't like this. I don't like this. It's embarrassing. And then, you know what? Daddy left. Moved to Detroit and left Aileen and me with cousin Elvira. Just like that. I can't believe it. Here I was, 13 years old, with no mother and now no father. He was gone. And then, just a little while after he left, here comes my period. I didn't dislike cousin Elvira, but I didn't like her a lot either, if you know what I mean. So I became a real loner then. If anybody took care of me, it was my sister. her and Florence Wright. Now, Florence was a beautician that Daddy had found to do our hair, and after he left, she became like a mother figure to me. The Wrights were well-to-do Black people in Ripley. They had their own home and everything, and Florence was a big, fine, yellow woman with red hair and real feisty. You know, she had a husband, but he really didn't matter. She was a drunk. If these people ain't whooping asses, they drinking. I saw her stand in front of the house and go to the bathroom without even taking her underwear off. Oh, it was shocking. But I don't want you to get the wrong idea. Everybody knew that Florence worked hard and lived nicely. But we weren't living with Florence Wright. We were living with cousin Olivera, and that became hard. They not receiving no help from neither parents, right? The mother is over there in St. Louis having her a good goddamn time in Missouri, okay? Not thinking twice about her children. She done forgot that she done had some children. So, like I said, the children were living with cousin Olivera, okay? All right, receiving no help from their parents, okay? The mother is in St. Louis, Missouri, having a good goddamn time without her 2 daughters. Actually, without her 3 daughters, because remember, Aileen and Tina DeTurner have a half-sister that's being raised by the maternal grandmother named Evelyn. The mommy ain't sending nothing, okay? The father was sending a little bit, but then that stopped, okay? So now, Tina DeTurner and Aileen are on their own. Tina DeTurner found herself a job working for this good white family, okay? And she is, I think they were called the Hendersons, okay? And she was helping to take care of their baby, David. She said that before long, she was living with this good white family, okay? Ooh, this lady, oh my gosh, now I see, now I understand. I'm just going to leave it there. For all the bad thoughts that I've had about Tina DeTurner and how she is just too ready to be white, I understand it now, okay? So everybody got a story, and I see it. The father was an owner of a Chevrolet dealer, so you know they got bread, okay? And the mother, Miss Connie, used to be a teacher before she had the baby. She said that she wasn't interested in places like the Whole anymore. She said, because I was learning about the other side of the world, the white world. Shasta La Vista. She said it was from being around them, the white folk, that she really started to consider marriage. So there had been some changes in the family by 1954. Papa Alex had died, Mama Roxana's husband, and she was living with Uncle Gil. Uncle Gil is the dude who shot the man in the face, went to jail, came home, and had, wife and kids. Then Evelyn, her half-sister, had gotten pregnant by this rich high school boy, Alonzo Curry. He wanted to marry her, but she said no, because she was really in love with somebody else. So she had the baby girl, Diane Curry. She wouldn't even let Alonzo see her, and she just took the child home with her to Mama Georgia's house. Now, Evelyn and Margaret is her favorite cousin. That's the one who is like her big sister, her big cousin, her big mother, everything to her. Now, Margaret and Evelyn are like this. They are very good friends, okay? So whenever Evelyn and Margaret came to town, Tina DeTurner's sentiment was, okay, hey, girl, hey, Evelyn. But Margaret, it was like she lit up with glee because she was so excited to see her big cousin. Tina says I would be staying with the Hendersons, and when Margaret and Evelyn came, I would go into town to see them. Those were the happiest hours of my life back then. That's how much Margaret meant to me. She really was like a mother. She told me about sex. I didn't understand exactly how you got pregnant, but I got the idea. Margaret became pregnant that year, and the last time I ever saw her was the day that she came and told me. Margaret had fell in love with this boy named Ham Stocking, and they were already planning to marry when she became pregnant. But now Margaret wasn't so sure. She said, I don't know if I should have a baby. I want to go to college. So back then, women did all kinds of crazy things to terminate, the situation. And what Tina Turner said that Margaret did was drink warm water and pepper. That was a remedy for the situation. Okay. Ooh, my mother told me about coat hangers and poles and all kinds of crazy shit women used to do back in the day. Tina Turner said that the last conversation she had with Margaret was the discussion that she was now drinking this black pepper and warm water solution to help her to fix the situation. Okay, that was the last time that she saw the woman who she considered to be her big sister, her big cousin, her teacher, her mother. Margaret, Evelyn, and another distant cousin, Vella Evans, had gotten a ride with this guy to a basketball game. The guy was drinking, and on the way back, he went to pass a car on a hill and ran head on into a diesel truck. She said she was 14 years old at the time of this, okay? She never really thought anything about death. All she knew was that death was cold and hard. She said she had been to Papa Alex's funeral, but she just looked in the casket and was like, damn, Pop looked good, okay? She didn't understand the meaning of it, okay? Except for that it was cold, hard, and final. Now, in 1954, she said that there was a new music playing on the radios now. That would be rhythm and blues. I explained to y'all that it used to be this thing called rhythm and blues, okay? It was dominated by African Americans, okay? But then the record labels told the African Americans that we just cannot go specifically for the African American audience. You need to go pop. She said back then we didn't have stereos players so we could spin records, but we did have radios, and that was enough. So true. Not that I was born back then, but I'm saying radios, we used to listen to radios. We don't even listen to radio stations no more. Y'all, let me know in the comments if you still listen to the radio. I was 14, going on 15, when I entered Lauderdale High School, and I began to blossom a bit, although I still felt a little out of place. I was short and skinny, and I didn't have the clothes the other girls did, meaning all the girls from the well-to-do black families. Now, back then, Ripley had the hottest basketball team around, couldn't be beat, and I was a cheerleader, so I went to all the games. Well, one day, the Carver High School team from Brownsville came up to play Ripley, and of course, I was there, and that's when I saw him, number 9. Now, if you have not already done so, please remember to like, share to Facebook, and subscribe because it is so important to our success here on the YouTube.